You're watching YCN, your local view. Program airtime is underwritten in part by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Looking to purchase your dream home, finance your business, or just find a better checking relationship? Our New Hampshire team is here to help you. We make award-winning banking happen every day. Contact us to see how we can help you. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and this is our final week of the show presented by Barton Insurance Agency. Their agents live and work here and understand how to protect what matters to you. They have access to the top insurance companies in the market. Barton Insurance focuses on finding the right policy at the right price that you both need and want. Today, Ben gives us his thoughts on how to assess your insurance needs. Kathy Raymond will tell us about the 2025 Women Who Make a Difference Luncheon and how you can nominate a deserving woman. Sage Tokach from the London Barn Playhouse will tell us about summer activities for our kids and more. We'll hear from Kate Niboli from the Library Arts Center about their regional show. And we'll close with some of the interviews that students shot at this year's Career Day at the Kearsarge Regional High School. Don't go away because spring is here and you won't want to miss this week's edition of Yankee Chronicle.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, with Ben Barton of Barton Insurance Agency right here on Main Street in New London. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Abby.
So there's a lot of different parts of insurance, obviously, but I think one to talk about that you mentioned a lot of people are unsure about or just don't like to have the conversation on is life insurance.
Life insurance is one of those topics that people just stay away from. And perhaps it's a conversation that is demoralizing and a tough topic.
Yeah, very tough.
But how important is it?
Yes.
You have a family, you have kids, you have a wife or partner,
yep,
what have you, that is going to go on living. And you need to plan the coverages for that life insurance program just as you would an auto or home or commercial lines account.
Who is the candidate for life insurance? Anybody?
Yes, anybody is a candidate because more than likely things are going to change in life.
Yep.
And if you're a young person without a home, auto, but you're employed and you have plans,
sure,
then certainly you can take advantage of your young age and get lots of insurance coverage for very little. It may be something that is very well advised to take care of it as you are a young person.
Yep.
Because we all change, and,
sure,
and our health conditions change, and it becomes more difficult to purchase as our age and our health conditions change.
And why do you think it's such a tough topic for people to talk about?
I think it's the psychology. Mm-hmm. You buy life insurance because you love somebody, and you take care of them.
Yep.
And I've had that example where I've gone to the home after a death in the family.
Sure.
And to bring financial security to the family. Hugs and kisses all around,
right?
Because that's a very large piece of the security and anxiety level that a family member will face after a death.
Because not only are you dealing with the grief and everything that comes with that, but then you have all these companies and businesses saying, "Pay me," and you can help them.
Typically, creditors are coming to collect your money, and a life insurance agent will come with the money to pay those bills. And it's very reassuring that you've done the planning that's necessary. Plus, today you can have discounts on your home and auto by having a life policy with those coverages, and that's another reason to shop around and make sure you get all the discounts that are available.
Smart. So a little bit of an incentive that if you get a life insurance policy, you see some benefits from other areas of insurance.
And the people that just buy the least amount and buy term only, those term contracts are going to end. And typically, if you're 25 years old and you buy a 30-year term, well, do the math. You're 55. That's the last point in life you want to have no coverage available to you. Right. Because maybe your health has changed. So there's planning, and there are products that can take you through all of that with an agent that knows how to ask the right questions.
Are newlyweds a good candidate for coming in? People that are just starting off life?
Absolutely, yeah. Because you're young.
Right.
Typically. And so it should be a combination plan of permanent insurance and the gobs and gobs of term insurance that I just said will end, but when that ends, your permanent coverage will continue on. And you purchase it at the right time of your life, not when you're 70.
Too late.
Too late. So to have the liability coverage that you need when the event happens that is unknown, you've done the proper planning, and that would mean having an umbrella liability policy. If you own a home, several cars, you need the excess liability coverage to take care of that catastrophic event.
And all these things you are happy to help people with.
We can package them all together with the home and auto and make sure the pricing is where it should be so it's affordable. And you walk away with knowing that you have the security going forward.
Yes, sleep well at night, drive home insured.
And I'll think about all those problems. You don't have to.
Hired.
2 o'clock in the morning. Give me a shout.
Ben Barton of Barton Insurance Agency, thanks so much for chatting.
Thank you, Abby.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, Ann, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Many of you know a woman who makes a difference. Kathy Raymond will tell us how you can get them recognized.
The Women Who Make a Difference Luncheon is happening again for the 26th year. We had our 25th anniversary last year. The date is Wednesday, May 14th. It's at Colby Sawyer College, of course, 11:30 to 1:30, and the doors open at 11 o'clock. And I want to focus right now on our nominations, because highlight of the event is the awards. So the awards are a high school student, but also a woman who lives in the community. And what's really important to know about the nominations is that we're honoring someone for their community service, for their volunteerism. If they do a fantastic job in their work life and they're really special, that's great. But if they're not doing separate volunteer work on the side, that's not the focus of the award. The award is women who do volunteer service, who give back to the community. So there's a nomination form online at www.lakesunapevna.org. It gives some questions, things we're looking for the volunteer. What kind of person is it? How long has she done the volunteer work she's done? How many different things does she do? Tell us a little bit more about, as much as you can tell us. We always say the more detail, the best that we can get, because there's so many great women. We have a little time. We have till April 11th. That's the deadline. And then our committee will start looking at the nominations and making the selection. We do choose someone from the immediate area. We try to get different towns represented every year, so it's not always the same town. That's kind of the only other criteria besides what they've done and the depth and the impact of what they've done. So, and if you have questions, of course, you can always reach out and chat about it. But there's no real formal thing you have to do. Some people have put binders together with pictures and letters of support, and that's great. But all we really need, it can be typed out on the form, it can be sent to me in an email, is just the information. Tell us about this person. We don't have a formal way you have to present the information. So we try to keep it easy. So examples of people. Last year it was Tina Helm, Christina Helm. Everyone knows her as Tina. And Tina, she is involved in so many things. She's involved in Rotary, she's involved with the town, she's involved with the election for years. She's been involved, I can't remember specifically her role, but she's a great example of someone who a lot of people know, because she's out there and she's on a lot of different committees and she does all kinds of things and has for so many years. Since she moved here, it's got to be probably
I do have to correct
at least
Tanya,
25
though. We've been
years.
married for 6
On the other hand, the year before, it was a lovely woman named Jane Van Bremen, who I didn't even know. And she flies under the radar. But when we read her nomination, it was incredible, all the different things she was involved with. But she was a person who, all the years I've been involved, I just didn't know her. I had no occasion to work with her. And in fact, when she got the award, for a couple of minutes after they read her name, I remember it so vividly. She couldn't believe that it was real. And she wouldn't stand up, and she was so sweet. And so I'm not saying you have to be that kind of personality, but it's really lovely when someone gets it who maybe everyone doesn't know, but then they start talking about all the things she's done. And then you have a Tina Helm, who more people do know, and that's great too. So, it's really wonderful when the person gets the award, because they're usually 99. I think probably every year very, very surprised that they were selected, because we always keep it a surprise. So we're really excited to announce our speaker, because we always have great speakers. We always find people perfect for the event. So this year it's a woman named Kate Niboli. She lives in New York State, but she has friends here, and she has actually been to the luncheon via friends at least 3 times. And she wrote a book called Breakfast Memories, A Dementia Love Story, is what it's called. And it's a book about her experience with her mother, as her mother went through memory loss and dementia. And kind of the premise of it is, everything else you lose, love never forgets. That's kind of the theme. And that's the premise. You can take a lot of things away from someone when they have memory loss or dementia, but the love is always there. And I know she's been wanting to speak because she's been to the luncheon. And she also wrote, I don't have the exact name, but she wrote a caregiver's guide to caring for someone, a loved one with dementia. She speaks all over the place. She's very involved with the Alzheimer's organization. She knows the event. And we always try to find someone who's kind of inspiring and has a message that people can resonate with. And it will the event, as you all know, will fill up very fast. So if you would like to get your seat reserved, the easiest thing to do is to call me or email me and get on the list.
When we come back, Sage Tokach from the new London Barn Playhouse will tell us about summer activities for our kids and more. Remember, to keep all these local events happening, you need to support the local businesses that support them.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner. For books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel. The flowers will be blooming soon, and so will the summer activities around the new London Barn Playhouse. Let's hear from Sage on what's sprouting for our kids.
I'm Sage Tokach. I'm the Director of Education here at the Barn Playhouse, and I'm here coming to you from our Fleming Center space that we use during the school year. And I'm here to talk about some of our programs going on this summer. So every summer in the education program, we have the junior intern program for teens, and we have summer camps for elementary schoolers. So this year, our junior intern company will be made up of a bunch of different students from middle school and high school, both performers and tech and design students. And they will be performing 3 shows on our main stage sets. The first will be The Wizard of Oz, which comes out July 3rd and 5th. The second show will be a play called This Girl Laughs, This Girl Cries, This Girl Does Nothing. And this is the one that I'm directing, and I'm really excited about it because it is a play that not a lot of people know, but it's a really lovely fairy tale story about 3 girls who are sent off into the woods by an evil stepmother type of character, and they must go on their own journey. So one heads forward into the woods, one looks back toward where she came from, and then one of them just stays put and builds a life right there. And then the story is about how they come back together and reunite years and years later. And then our junior intern season of the Children's Theater series will end with Into the Woods Junior, so the shortened version of the classic musical that combines a bunch of different fairy tales all together. Also this year, it's special, for the first time, we are offering an encore series. So in addition to the Children's Theater series, we have an encore series that gives the junior interns a chance to show off more of their skills individually, and we have a series of one-off events. So the first one will be the Junior Intern Cabaret, and the cabaret will be June 28th. Then we have our Shakespeare scenes, which we always perform out in the Tracy Memorial Library garden. And those Shakespeare scenes this year will be on July 19th. And then our final performance will be a staged reading of Beetlejuice Jr., so a chance for the junior interns to perform something that's a little bit more mature and fun for a little bit of an older audience. So that one is 10 plus audience age recommended, and that will be on August 2nd. Also in the summer, we have summer camps for students about age 6 to 11, those elementary school age students that are taking place over at the Historical Society. And each week, we have 8 weeks of summer camp. Each week has a different theme. So some of our themes this year are Dancing with the Stars, Animal Planet. We do our Barn Academy production at the end of the season. That is a production of Peter Pan this year. That was actually written by one of our former junior interns. And in each of those summer camps, we go from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and students are split into 2 groups. So we have 6 to 8-year-olds in one group, 9 to 11-year-olds in the other group. And we have a great batch of teaching artists that are coming in for those, and you can see more information about those on our website, but they are filling up quick, so we have wait lists available as well. This year, our Children's Theater series shows are appropriate for families and kids of all ages, and our Encore series is recommended for age 10 plus. We are always excited to welcome you into the Fleming Center for our school year programs. And we do have a full batch of school year programs for all ages, from infants to adults, so you can check out more of those options on our website.
Thanks, Sage. Summer is right around the corner. When we return, we'll hear from Kate Niboli about the current show hanging at the Library Arts Center in Newport. Now, these words from some of the underwriters that make your Yankee Chronicle possible. You could become one and help secure our show into the future. To learn how, contact us at info@ycnnow.com.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
You're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. There is so much that happens at the Library Arts Center in Newport. Let's hear what's hanging around there now. Hi, Kate.
May 9th through June 27th in our gallery, we will have a beautiful show called Juried Regional. It's a show we do annually, which showcases the incredible and diverse talent we have in our region. It also showcases amateur artists, learning artists, sometimes even a few youth artists sneak in. And it's a show that shows the vast talent in our region, the vast diversity of styles, and usually showcases over 60 artists. So it's really inspiring to see, both for artists and community members. It's a really good chance to see what people are making currently and to see what your neighbors are doing. It's really neat. On the tags, it shows what town people are from, and you get to really see that there is a lot of talent right in this town, right in the neighboring towns, right in our whole region, and that there are a lot of artists participating in this. The gallery will be open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 2, and we hope you get a chance to stop in and see this show. The Library Arts Center is very proud of our community gallery. That's one piece of our programming. The 14th annual Peeps Diorama Contest will grace the Library Arts Center gallery once again. We are so looking forward to this community tradition, which really proves that everyone is an artist. If you're not familiar with the Peeps Diorama Contest, it might sound a little crazy, but we promise if you stick with us, it's about the funniest, coolest, sweetest thing you've ever seen. And it's a wonderful spring tradition here. We take marshmallow Peeps candies, both the chicks and the bunnies, and ask people to make dioramas with them. Classic shoebox style dioramas like we all made in elementary school. And it's so much fun. We have children that do it, families, businesses, adults, just general community members, artists, teens, everyone gets involved. And the results are hilarious. A lot of them have to do with puns, a lot of them make social references, cultural references, political references, which might be interesting this year, as well as just good classic fun. Each diorama is a little treasure, and we usually get about 100 of them in the gallery. So the entire gallery is filled with tables filled of dioramas, and we truly have hundreds of people stop in daily to see the dioramas from our region and also from all over the state. So we are the oldest Peeps Diorama contest in New Hampshire, and we are recognized with the Peeps Company as a diorama contest participant. So this is a zany national thing that people do, and we are pleased to be part of it. The Peeps Diorama contest will be on display April 12th through 24th in our gallery at 58 North Main Street. And the evening of Friday, April 11th, 5 to 6:30 p.m. will be our Peeps Party, which is famed with a s'more roast of Peeps in the parking lot, Peeps-themed appetizers, and lots of trophies made out of Peeps. So we hope people can come to that as well. We also have a community classroom art studio downstairs that is constantly in action, from basket weaving classes to painting classes to art for teens to children's classes to our weekly differently abled adult art class and our drop-ins. We have something for everyone here, and we encourage everyone to get involved. If you're interested in learning more about our classes, please visit our website, libraryartscenter.org. The Library Arts Center Gallery is open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 2.
We had a chance to introduce Kearsarge Regional High School students to a future in TV production at this year's Career Day. The best way to learn is by doing. The following are a few interviews conducted by and shot by students. Let's see a sample of their work.
Thanks, Abby. Yes, this was College and Career Day at Kearsarge Regional High School.
I'm Lincoln Carrier. The day started out, as we heard from our keynote speaker, Richard Haynes, from University of New Hampshire on the power of education. Let's hear a few of his inspiring words.
I can tell you for sure, though, education will give you freedom and opportunity that you could never imagine. And the more you put on there, the more higher that degree, the more income you would make in this country. And I'm not saying to do this for money. I'm saying you're doing this to become the best you, so you are the best for this planet Earth. You're becoming a blessing, so you are a blessing to others. And money will chase you. Income will chase you. Do me a favor. You're all born to win, but in order to win, you got to plan to win, prepare to win, and don't ever, ever expect not to win. Reach for the stars.
Great ideas. The follow-up to that assembly was several professional presentations.
They introduced students to the work and the skills one needs to excel in those careers. Let's hear from several of our reporters about what went on in the classroom.
I'm Mason Christensen. I now have my master's degree and have less than $5,000 in college debt because who here felt like they washed their hands well enough? A couple? Okay. Who here is going to start washing their hands better? Okay, a majority, even though that you thought was good. Me 15 years to get my master's degree, essentially.
It's important it is to stay sanitary in a hospital
we partner with different schools.
I'm Cameron Brand, and we are here looking in on
flagship
college
universities.
applications presentation.
Let's think about what does the classes look like. So we're going to divide them up into thirds. So you have your major. These are discovery courses. When we went to college, your teacher and I, we had gen ed courses. Here we call them discovery courses because we want you to be well-rounded, right? We want you to know more than just mechanical engineering and nursing. We want you to have an understanding of creative writing. 3 intensive writing courses you'll get.
After the classroom presentations, we were provided a career and college expo in the gym. This gave us an opportunity to explore more specifically post-secondary education and career opportunities available to us.
And thank you to those that made this day happen. As a young person looking forward to my future, it is nice to get a great example of the possibilities that await us. I'm Owen Lloyd, back to you, Abby.
There's a future in this medium. Even I got my start in high school doing interviews for our show, and look where it led me. Well, fun stuff and educational too. I'd like to thank Ben Barton and his crew here at Barton Insurance Agency for hosting us these last 2 weeks. You really owe it to yourself to check them out. Join us again next week for another edition of Yankee Chronicle, presented by Life is Good in New London, to hear about their great store right behind Tucker's. Whether it's seeing their teas, tagging along your everyday adventures, they strive to make positive connections every day. Don't miss our Game of the Week on TDS TV 13 and 1013, Comcast 8, and YCNNow.com every Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 p.m. This week, we'll replay the 2022 semifinal football game featuring number 2 Newport versus number 3 Brady. For up-to-date schedule, check out page 3 of the Shopper or the Intertown Record. I'm Abby Peel. Join us again next week at the same time from Life is Good in New London for another edition of your Yankee Chronicle. Enjoy spring, everyone.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge Shopper. Echo Communications. Main Street Bookends of Warner, for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner. The Intertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Intertown Record.